but also it's quite funny. Our government people support 17.
Maybe at that time.
At that time.
Yeah.
It depends on the person who is.
This is already in the 2000, right?
Maybe.
But later on, Japan made a push for 1080.
And then it means 1125.
Okay.
1125 is the total scanning line.
And then 1080 is active line.
Active, yes.
Yes, okay.
But, oh, yes. And yeah, we'll go back to the ITR meeting. And I remember the name of the guy, but he was the chairman of that group. And there are many audience. And one guy from Japan, he supported
720.
And he speak that something not so important issue, I guess. But he speaks a very small small voice. It's very difficult for me to
Yeah.
So I said, could you round up little mirror? Otherwise I cannot hear you. And he,
okay.
said, I don't remember the wording, but he said, da 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 ba ba ba. I'm like, because I am not good in English, so that
At that time, yeah.
no. But anyway, it's laughing me. He laughed me my poor English ability.
Okay.
Okay.
He's Japanese?
Yeah, Japanese.
But maybe he grew up in America or working in the United States for so long.
I don't know.
So he mocked you. He mocked you.
Not here.
Mocked. I mean, you said he laughed at your ability to speak English, so he was mocking you. So mocking is like making fun of you. Is that it?
So in my poor English.
Yeah. He was making fun of your lack of ability to speak English, right? Okay.
And that his speaker is of course the chairman. Listen. And the chairman say that, hey, here the question paper was written by Mr. Kumada from Japan. Okay? Mr. I don't say his name.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Maybe I know him.
Okay. Why you from Japan? Why you have a complaint with that document? It's quite funny situation. In usual way, the document is written by someone, but we never announce the name, his name, writer's name. Just a document from Japan, document from US, something like that. But he speak. The chairman said that this was written by Kumada. The audience, many audience was surprised very much because I was a very strong anti-720.
Anti-720. They were surprised you wrote the standard for 720p.
Yes. Oh, Mr. Kumada supports 720p. And that's the end of the story.
Okay.
Okay. So everybody accept my question. And 720p get the recommendation. That's the wrong story.
At that time, I think the biggest adopter of 720p was yes. But of course, when ATSC was formally launched in the United States, they all went to 1080. They went high definition.
ATSC?
ATSC is
ATSC is the beginning from 1080. Yeah. I'm not sure the ATSC adopts the 720p or not.
No. There's it's part of the standard ATSC A53 standard, I think. They mentioned all the formats available, but everybody went high definition. It doesn't make sense that you go somewhere in the middle if you can go here already. So I think in Europe, 720p was more common for the DVB-T system at that time. That was in the, what year was it? Is it 92, 93 when digital systems were being introduced? So the Americans was the first, and then the European, and then Japan was a little bit later because ISDB-T came out.
You're talking about the broadcasting system.
Yeah, because for higher resolution images, it makes sense in digital rather than in analog, right? So it's hard to move to a higher resolution image if the viewer is still in analog and the screen is CRT. So, and higher resolution displays just came out in the 90s, maybe mid 90s, I think. So one of my questions is that during your demonstration of your high definition camera, you should also have a high definition display. So that's also a prototype. And so you developed the high definition camera. Who developed the high definition display? Okay. So it's like
we have a very good relationship. Okay.
so they just studied the camera sensor and then reverse it. Instead of capturing light, it displays light. Okay. So that was it. So, but I remember in the Los Angeles Olympics, it was the first high definition coverage, and by a tape they record. Is it a D1 tape or
Prototype.
it's a prototype also?
Produced by Sony.
Mhm.
It was 1988 or something. No, 84.
84.
84. Just after our demonstration.
Mhm. So the tape format used at that time is also a prototype. So because there's a D1, D2, D3, D5,
We use a 2-inch tape.
2-inch tape.
Yeah.
Wow. But if it's Sony, then the form factor of the enclosure is similar to Betacam, maybe. Or, no, 2-inch. Because the Betacam is like 1-inch, right? 1-inch tape.
Or, yeah, it's a prototype. Yeah.
And then the recording would be like based on helical scanning also. Okay. I remember there's a 1125 line scanning that I've encountered on a specific tape format.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't remember.
I remember, but I'm not sure about the Sony produced such kind of VCR only too, because it's a prototype.
So that is an
And
museum.
they changed the commercial one using 1-inch tape and not something. And 1980, yes.
And that was digital component, right? Digital component.
Analog.
It's still analog at the time. And that's why the tape is quite large.
Because at that time, in mid-90s and 1980s, okay, we don't have enough A to Z converter.
Because the electronics has yet to mature to a certain stage to support high speed.
And we use some equipment, ECL. ECL is ECL logic.
Mm.
Very high power. Very hard. But in those days, analog equipment. They always go back to the 720p. And where okay, anyway, we have a big discussion of 720p, and we get your recommendation for 720p people, and discussion over as far as the idea are concerned. Okay, now we don't care about 720p because it's so high definition. Those systems will not be supported by audience. So that's high definition. So we have many.
I think the word to describe, we don't call it 720p then. some people call it near HD. It's like almost but not HD.
Okay, I have another story. European people want to have the 720p 50 system.
Mhm.
Okay, because of
50p, okay. 50 frames, okay.
Yeah, okay. And just after the 720p 60 system, just after that system is recommended, they want to have a 50 version. And Mr. David Good,
David Good.
David is some higher class of European broadcasting union and stuff like that. And he was also working for the ITR. And he wants to have a 50 version. But maybe Kumada is a very strong objection. And he came to Japan to meet me.
Just like that, okay.
And they just, he said that we are going to prepare the 50 version. Okay? Do you accept that or objection?
Why not just call you over the telephone?
It's different from the American people.
Okay.
Okay, European people are more private.
Okay.
Okay. And I answer. If your document, you are going to submit some document like if your document doesn't use the word HDTV, then I would say nothing in the actual meeting. But if you apply to use the word like HDTV, then I make a very strong objection. Finally,
they never mentioned HDTV
No.
in their document. So maybe that's why they call it near HD. I mean, informally,
No.
just informal, not on the standard.
Informal, they can say anything. 730p is a pure HDTV. Some guys say because this is progressive and something like that.
But eventually, later on, there's a 1080p also. So in the beginning of this 720p, 1080i, or the 1125 line system, and the different field frequencies and the frame rates, I remember there's a lot of converters at that time, format converters. So it was good business for like the likes of
And yes, theoretical, you are right in theoretical, but those time, there are not so much HD programs.
at that time, yeah. Because there's not much HD TV also.
Yeah.
It's very expensive at that
And
time.
those standing right issues, user rate issues are gone because of the internet. All this stuff, the conversion is very easy. And you require no hardware converter. It's all done by software.
This is now, but I'm talking about in the late 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah. But we don't need to use such a big machine because there are no need to conversion, no HDTV programs. I am talking about in Japan when we made HD programs. In Europe, very good. Why we need to convert to 50? Japan is all 60 system. We can produce many HD programs using 60 hertz.
No, I mean, here in the Philippines, because sometimes we get programs coming from Europe, from US, from Japan. So we have to convert the formats of their programs to suit the Philippine market also. So that's why I mentioned I've seen a lot of format converters then. And until now, it still applies.
In 1990, late 1990,
Late 90s up to early 2000.
okay, you need a standard definition television.
Yes.
But not HD.
No.
No. I'm talking about only HD.
Yes. So sometimes not sometimes, most of the time we need to down convert.
Yeah.
Until now, actually.
Actually, I never seen the HD in your digital broadcast.
There's one.
There are one.
No, there's two. GemNet and Iglesia ni Cristo TV. They're in high definition.
Okay.
But it's terrestrial.
Yeah. I watched the television in this hotel. There are many channels. I'm sure. Channel, but I never seen the HD.
Unfortunately, the preference of many broadcasters are still standard definition.
Yes, yes.
Because they're counting the number of programs that they can transmit rather than having maybe few in higher resolution.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
But it's something, you know, it's a business decision.
Anyway.
So it's up to them.
That's my career of the research engineer and DTTB.
So you retired from NHK in 2007.
Yes.
Did you have any vacation or you started working as consultant immediately afterwards?
After the retire from NHK, I moved to the one company, NHK subsidiary company, called NHK High-Tech. And what I did in that company is mainly to support the channel plan for the other countries, for Brazil, or some African countries, some Asian countries.
But the question is, you were a camera guy all along. You develop camera, you do research for video system. How did you jump from video baseband to RF?
It's not difficult for me because both fields are written by mathematics.
No, okay.
Okay, so for me it's the same. And actually, before I moved to the new company, I have a son early in 2000 year. Okay, I moved to the headquarters of NHK.
Shibuya.
Yeah, and to do at that time we are very busy to establish the channel plan for Japan. And I was some chairman of some groups. At that time, I never go to Shibuya. I go to the other broadcasters discussion about the channel planning, and sometimes I go to the government office, and in the midnight, and we have those kind of, I have those kind of experience. Then I go to the company,
High-Tech, yeah.
High-Tech, many foreign companies ask the NHK to support their channel planning. But NHK can do such a work because NHK receive the money
Yeah. Reception fee, yes.
So that those money cannot be spent
For foreign activities. Should be for Japan.
Yes, it's a basically story.
So that's why NHK High-Tech, the subsidiary, was made.
And then it's a private company.
High-Tech means integrated technology.
Something like that.
Okay.
But my experience, there are no integration.
The reputation of NHK High-Tech is that, well, it's a top-class company that provides technical solution for usually broadcasting, but they're very expensive. The reputation is very expensive services.
NHK main work is just the maintenance of the transmission system, something like that. The foreign, they don't usually they don't create any channel plan. And I go to the Brazil last time, and I spent almost 1 year, 1.5 years.
Going back and forth.
Back and forth. And because Brazil, I need a visa to go to Brazil.
Really? Wow, that's surprising. Because we don't need visa to go to Brazil. Weird.
Yeah, short stay. Maybe less than 1 month. We don't need anything. But exceed the 1 month, we need a little. So sometimes we spend the 3 months in somehow. It's very nice.
So the standard communication is of course English.
English.
Yeah. So you were able to pick up some Portuguese words, definitely. Okay. It's like obrigado sounds like obrigado, which is compulsory. But it's thank you in Portuguese, right? Anyway,
Okay, anyway, obrigado uses man.
man only.
Man only. Obrigada.
It sounds like Spanish thing, you know, the rule.
I have another word. Boa noite.
But no, it sounds German.
Boa noite means good evening.
Ah,
Bom dia. Good morning.
so one,
Mom is good.
yes. In French, it's also one is good.
Yes, yes, yes.
So it's gonna be a mix of so many.
I don't know how to say in Spain. Spanish.
What's the word now?
I
I should be able to do this.
Okay, then it's easy.
Buenos noches, tardes.
Yeah, Buenos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Buenos is good also.
Yeah. Noche tonight.
Yeah.
Because
Tardes is afternoon. Because tardy, you're tired, it's very sleepy, so that's buenos tardes, it's afternoon. Now, the morning, the good morning is something I forgot, and my Spanish professor would be angry with me. So, buenos dias is good morning, I think, yeah.
And in Portuguese, bon dia.
Bon dia.
Yeah.
Sounds like dias, yeah. And afternoon is
I don't know. Okay, because the French is here. Portuguese is here.
so far, right?
No, there is Spanish. Okay.
But their origin are all Latin language, so their
I
roots,
guess so.
yeah. Even Russian is rooted for Latin language.
Yeah, I have one memory of when I joined a meeting in Spain, and Spain has some particular symbol like
Any.
alien. Okay. And I asked the Italian guy, how do you pronounce this one? The Italian guy knows Spanish. They say, explanation for me. And then I asked him another question. He said, don't ask me about the Spanish.
But they can actually understand each other, but they're too far, right?
But they can understand each other.
Yes. Yes. Anyway,
what was the next also regarding channel planning? After I go to the Brazil and I create channel planning for public broadcaster over Brazil. And it's supported by some training company, no Japanese government
at that time.
at that time. And we have already finished one, but unfortunately, at that time, president election, and the president changed the law schedule, everything has gone.
Sounds familiar. Also here, it happened like that. When there's a new president, everything stops.
Yeah.
They review everything, you know. That's why the standard in Philippines was a little bit stalled or delayed.
But the Brazilian system doesn't change. They use the ISDB-T, just the channel running.
So Brazil is on 6 megahertz also?
Yes.
Okay.